Oh, I can't do anything about that. Hello. I am really pleased to be here. I'm so excited because I'm back at work, and I've been really itching to just get back to my desk and get on with everything. So if you're watching this on the replay, then please say hello and let me know that you're watching it on the replay so I can say hello back. And if you are live, then please say hello as well, because it's always good to say hello and have a bit of interaction. Makes it a bit more fun. So today I'm going to talk about you have a logo but you don't have a brand. What can you do about it? Which is a question that somebody asked in my Facebook group, Brand Confidence, near the end of last year when I wasn't really working. So I thought I would come on today and answer it here, because I think this is a problem that a lot of people have. So while we're just waiting for a few people to appear for things to get going, I thought I'd do a little recap on Christmas and New Year, because well, that's what we've been doing, isn't it? And it feels like ages since I've been on here, and I really enjoyed doing Brand for Christmas up in the run up to Christmas, and that was really great. I've had some really lovely feedback. Thank you for all the emails and the messages I've had from people who really got something good out of that. That's been brilliant, and it's made me feel really good and reassured, because I've got more plans for similar things this year. So I'm really pleased, because that obviously is going to be something that people want. So yeah, chuffed about that. So yeah, our Christmas was really good. Our New Year was really good. Our tree did not die. I thought it was going to, because we completely forgot to cut the bottom off it. It was like every old one. And it was looking a bit droopy when we took it down, but the needles didn't fall off, so that's all good. And we bought a little MP3 player, and she now just looks so grown up, you know, walking around with the headphones on, and just like she's 8. And yeah, it's so funny, and just singing along in the back of the car. That's been good. Been out on muddy walks. My daughter had to do a project about Greece, so we spent a long time sticking bits of paper to things and talking about Greece, and she made like a model of Greece, like a map of it. So that's been really good. I just had a really good time. It's been really relaxing once Christmas is out of the way, so lots of family, and that's always good too. So yeah, so now I'm just going to get started and talk about what we're going to talk about. But yeah, if you've had a good Christmas and New Year, I'd like to know that too. So again, pop it in the comments and let me know what it was like. And if you're ready to be back at work, see, I'm just so excited to be here. So what we're going to do today is we are going to talk about, you have a logo, but you don't have a brand. So what can you do about that? And the first thing I feel that I need to say about this is that you do have a brand, whether you think you have one or not. So even if you do just have a logo, you still have a brand, because your brand is not the thing that you create. Your brand is what other people think, feel, see, know and remember about your business. So your brand is something that exists anyway, and you've got no control over the fact that it already exists. But what you need to think about doing now maybe is controlling, or attempting to control, those feelings, attempting to control what other people think, feel and say about that brand, about your business, because that's what your brand is. So in order to do that, the first thing you need to do is ask loads of questions. So there are basically 3 parts to what you can do for this problem. The first thing to do is ask questions. The second thing to do is make decisions. And the third thing to do is be consistent. So the first thing to do when you're asking the questions, and these are there to help you really get a grip on what your business is all about, to really understand what it is that you do, what it is that you stand for, what it is that the whole point of your business. So some of the questions you can ask are, what are your business values, which is something I have covered before. There's things like, what do you stand for? What are you all about? What are your strengths? Who do you want to work with? That's a really important one. And when I did Brand for Christmas last month, Kelly Cairns did a brilliant live on who your ideal clients are. So you can go and check that out. It'll be somewhere on this page if you want to click on the video bit, or if you go to my website and go to my blog, I think it should be whitacresdesign.co.uk/BFC hyphen clients. No, hang on, what was that? Resonate. BFC, Brand for Christmas hyphen Resonate. I think that should take you to the right place. But if not, it's on my blog. You can go and find it. It's a Brand for Christmas thing in the categories, and you can go and find it there. And it's really, really useful video about how to work out who your brand ideal clients are and where to find them. So go do that. That's really useful. Another thing to think about is what is really important to you about the way that you run your business, because you could get some really interesting questions there. And I've got some examples from clients who filled in these questions for me in the past when I've been asking them what they think about their business, because, you know, I need to do my research. If I'm going to work with somebody, I need to know what's important to them. And I've got things on here like a genuine, authentic, having recognizing that you've got great responsibility when you're doing decision making, pushing out of your comfort zone. It's important to be thoughtful, things like that. So it's really, really useful question to think about what's important to you, because that can often help you find your values if you haven't worked them out already, but also because it just helps you know what matters to you, and that's the kind of thing that you want to let other people know as well, because what matters to you might matter to them, and if it matters to them, then they're going to resonate with that, and they're going to be like, I want to know more about this person. So really important questions, things like that. Business values can be things like equality, education, valuing everything, integrity, authenticity. Again, there's lots of different things like that. So just asking yourself all of these really important questions to help you really get a grip on what it is that your business is all about is going to be a really good start. So then you can look at what you've already got. So we're saying in this live, we're talking about you've got a logo, but you don't have a brand. What can you do about it? So you can look at that logo, and there'll be things that you can pull out of that to help you create a brand identity, which is the visual aspect of what your business looks like. It isn't your entire brand, it's just how your brand looks. So you take all those questions, all those things that you've thought about, and you think, you sit there and you go, this is what I stand for, and this is what I'm all about. And then you take the logo that you've already got, and provided you already like the logo and that it's in line with the answers to all the questions, and hopefully you would have asked a lot of these questions before the logo happened, then you'll be able to take a look at the logo and pull some things out of it. So for example, you will already have some colours in your logo. You can't just go and create a completely new colour scheme if you've already got a logo. You want to create something that works with your logo. So a good starting point is to go to, there's loads of places online where you can upload your logo and get the colour palette. But a really good, simple, pretty one is on Canva. It's canva.com/colour-palette, colour spelled the American way without the U. And then you'll be able to just upload your logo, and it'll tell you what your colour codes are. So already you've got some colours for your palette, and then you can work on picking colours that match that and sort of that flow with those colours and feel like they all fit together, but also demonstrate what it is that you want to say about your business, about what it stands for, and what your values are, and all of that good stuff. And then you can do the same with the typefaces. You're going to already have some typefaces because you're going to have at least one from your logo already. You might have two because you might have one in the strap line. And I'm not saying that you should take those logos and use them for everywhere that you use a typeface. So all of your body copy needs to be in the same font as your logo, because actually that's not a great idea. But you can use them as a starting point for finding typefaces that match. Another really good place to go where you can look for typefaces is wordmark.it. And if you go there, you can put in some words, and it just shows you loads and loads of different typefaces in your words, so that you can see how they're going to look. And then you need to sort of see what you feel fits well with your logo, but again, looking back at all the questions that you asked yourself, what also fits with those, and then pick out some typefaces that you can use in your business, and that's part of your brand identity. You might have elements in your logo. So when this question was first asked, the lady who asked it had a logo with loads of different elements in it, had loads of different illustrations, had loads of pattern in, there were loads of colour, and you could just sort of pull bits of the logo out and say, well, there's an element I can use here, and I could use that bit here, and I could take these knitting needles and I could make them into a motif that goes, say, to separate text or something, or I could make a watermark out of that bit of texture that's in the background. So it's sort of about like looking at what you've already got and sort of pulling things out of it and saying, well, I can use these things provided that they fit with the answers to the questions that you've already asked yourself, because that really is going to help. Otherwise, it's just going to be sitting there and it's not going to do you any good. It may be that you need to go back to the drawing board and start again, but hopefully that won't be the case. If you've got a logo that you love and it really does what you want it to do, then it should be fine. You can also use it to inspire the creation of the next steps. So you have got this logo, you've got everything that you already have, but you need other things, obviously, to create with your brand identity. So you might decide that you need to have some illustrations. You might decide that you want to have like a certain style across photographs, or a certain style that you use in social media, but you might not be able to get that from the logo, but you can use it for inspiration to help you get to where you want to be. So you might say, well, I'm going to use that colour and I'm going to use it as a triangle in the bottom right hand corner and set the text on that bit. And it's sort of like just taking elements from that and working out how you can use them across everywhere where you need to apply them. So you need to, at this point, I guess, to think about like a list of all the things you're going to need in your business for how you're going to show your business visually. So you will need a list that says things like, well, we'll start with business cards, letterheads, compliment slips, social media graphics, and that means like the posts that you put up, but also the cover images, blog post graphics, your website, And it's not just your website is quite massive. You could split that one up further as well. There are just so many places that you're going to need a logo, and every business is different. So you might have different things to somebody else that you know, but you can still like pool ideas with someone else. That would be helpful too. And just work out all the things that you need, and then make decisions about how they're going to look based on your logo and on the questions that you've asked. And then the third thing to do is just to be consistent. That's the most important thing, is to be consistent. Because if you're consistent with how your business looks, then you're going to have a brand identity that actually works, that actually stands out, that people actually remember, and that they see in their social media feeds, or they see when, you know, they're Googling things and they recognise you and they go, oh yes, that's such and such. And that's kind of the whole point. So if you can do all of those things and become consistent, if you just joined us, you can go back and you can find out what the questions were that I said. You can maybe ask yourself to help you work out what it is that your business stands for, and also how you can use your logo to tease out a brand identity for yourself. And then, yeah, just be consistent with all of that, because that's the most important thing. So yeah, think about how you can do everything consistently, and then you're going to have this brand identity that really works, and that's great. So the only other thing I really wanted to mention, no, I've got two things I want to mention. The first thing was, when you're asking those questions, I forgot to tell you that I actually have a resource on my website where you can go and get a load of questions that you can ask yourself, which are going to be really helpful throughout this process. So that's my freebie, and it's at whitacresdesign.co.uk/whitacresDST, which stands for Design Success Toolkit, because that's what it is. And the first part of the Design Success Toolkit, it's a 7-piece thing, is the brief, and that's basically a load of questions that you can go through, and it'll help you get really clear on what it is that you're all about. It's really, really useful. And the other thing I wanted to mention was that Love Your Brand closes on Tuesday, and I'm not going to go on about it loads because it just feels a bit salesy, and I'm not very comfortable with that. But I am really excited about Love Your Brand, so I'm really comfortable telling you about that. So I'm going to tell you quickly that yeah, it ends on Tuesday, and it doesn't end on Tuesday, it starts on Tuesday, but you can buy it until Tuesday. So technically on Monday is the last day you can buy Love Your Brand, you can get into Love Your Brand. And it's a 5-step, 5-week process to help you create a brand that you love. So we'll be covering a lot of the kind of things that we've been covering today, but in more depth, more specific. And I'm just excited about it. So every week there's going to be a live stream where I will be giving you the training on what you do that week to help you love your brand, to help you get from step A to step B. There's also going to be a Facebook group, so you can ask me questions anytime you like. There's going to be workbooks, there's going to be templates, there's going to be additional videos on other subjects so that we can like concentrate on the meat in the live stream. But if there's something you want to go away and find out a bit more about, then there will either be a video or I will create a video to go into more information about that. And also everyone who joins gets 60 minutes of my one-to-one time. So if you want to talk about something privately and just have an actual proper conversation with me, then you get 60 minutes, you can do that in, or you can use it to get me to do some design work for you, whatever it is that you want, because it's your 60 minutes. And you don't have to use it all in one block, you can like split it up between different things, because you know, I'm sure some things you might want to discuss will not take 60 minutes to talk about. Yeah, so it's really, really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to it. So it's £120, which is a bargain, because it's the first time I'm running this, and I'm kind of using it as a pilot. So it's going to be great. You're going to get something really fantastic out of it at the end. But I am really hoping for a lot of feedback to help me make it as wonderful as possible. So yeah, I'm excited. So please go sign up for that if you're interested in that. It's at whitacresdesign.co.uk/ Love Your Brand. Sorry, that was my water bottle falling off. So yeah, that's all I've got for you today. I'm probably going to come back again tomorrow and talk about something else that is relevant to branding and brand identity. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. So I'll see you then. Bye bye.